Hello and welcome back to TalkBack. We are with Anil Kapoor. Anil, coming of age. They say you have come of age. Today your daughter is starring with your friends. How does that feel?
Well, it feels great. It's something beautiful, and unless you're there in my shoes, you'll not realize how wonderful it is.
But how does it really feel when your daughter stars opposite someone who's played your buddy, who's played your brother? How does that work out? And she's in the leading role with them.
It feels great. Like when I was shooting with Salman, and he says, you talk about it. I said, I'm shooting tomorrow with your daughter, and she's opposite Salman, so in Savaria. So it's fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And well, obviously I feel more secure, more safe. That okay, fine. They'll look after my daughter. It feels great. Yeah.
No nervousness or anything about her entering Bollywood, the dangerous waters of Bollywood.
You see, the thing is, I feel today times are such. I think children should be allowed to do what they want, feel like doing, what they want to enjoy, and that's what my father also told me. When I'm the first actor in the family. So I said, and that's what he said. I said, if you want to be an actor, I can't do anything for you. I can't help you out to become an actor. You go and do it yourself. And if that's what you're enjoying, and that's what you want to do, just go and do it. So my daughter, like when Sanjay Bansali came to me that I want to cast your daughter for the film, I asked her. I said, listen, it's a tough line. It's very, very tough. You have to go through a lot of heartburns, a lot of humiliations, a lot of media, all those kind of things, and there's no private life left, and you have to be very, everything has to be. It's completely, your life will change. Once you're a celebrity, once you're a known face, you're a star, your entire life changes. And she said, yeah, look, I want to do it. I should do it. Then do it.
Well, let's talk about that for a second. You and your daughter. Now, your daughter had you to advise her, to tell her how it was, as you just said. You didn't have anyone. Because what I want to get to is the concept of the struggle in Bollywood. You see, some people struggle, some people don't. There's the dynasty in Bollywood. Dads or moms, usually dads, end up introducing their sons or their daughters into Bollywood, and sometimes they become even bigger than their dads. But your dad was a producer, your dad was not on screen. So while your daughter had you, who did you have? What did you do? How did you do it?
See, to be honest with you, first let me finish that. My daughter also has done it on her own. See, I have not introduced her in films, It's like she was just an assistant with Sanjay Bansali in Black. And she just, was behind the camera, and Sanjay noticed her that, she has a beautiful face and she's got the talent to be an actress. So it's basically she's done it on her own. I have not launched her. I have not asked Sanjay Bansali to cast her. Sanjay Bansali has asked me that I want your daughter. So it's her own thing. So you can't take the credit away from her. And where I'm concerned, answering that question of Sonam, which I've answered to you, that she's done it on her own, and like me advising her, the times are such that today youngsters advise you. Children are much more, aware of what is happening all over the world, thanks to the internet and thanks to the computer. And like they have information constantly fed into the brains. They have more information about what's happening in the world than what we had or what we have today. And where I'm concerned, yes, of course, I had to struggle a lot. I've started with bit roles. I've done small roles. I've almost started as a junior artist. I was a dancer and a group dancer, from a group dancer on theatre and stage, to small roles, to bit roles, playing sixth and seventh friend of the hero, to, or there were 10 children. I'm one of the children in Hamare Tumhare Ek Baar Kaho. I was one among the 10 friends. And then I did South Indian language films like Telugu and Kannada. And then I got the break as a leading man in Indian Hindi films. So the struggle, I've been going to offices with my photographs, pictures. The people want, ask, begging for work, working for work. I never, people should cast me. Nobody knew who I was, So that struggle has been there. And so उसका भी एक अलग मजा है.
That's what I wanted to get to. How does it feel? How does that versus this?
See, this also is a struggle. You see, being
But it's different, isn't it?
It is. It's sometimes I feel there are plus and minuses in both. Of course, because I have the advantage, obviously, the advantage of, experiencing so many, things which as an actor helps me. I've gone through all the grind, the sufferings, my father and me, all of us, we used to stay in one room in a chawl. From there, we've, whatever, and come to this kind of a situation. For her, there's always, this I can tell you, yes, definitely. For Sonam, financial security is there. Financial security, there is a roof on her head. Whenever she wants to, take a trip abroad, she can go, she can do whatever she wants. So that financial security there, I was, yes, definitely, that was there. Financially, even one spoon in the house has been bought with my own money. Forget the house, even जो घर के अंदर का जो एक चीज़ जो है घर में वो मैंने अपने खुद के पैसे से खरीदी है. I've done it on my own. Yes. So उसका एक satisfaction अलग होता है. But yes, keeping in that manner because they have, but when I started my career, there were no expectations from me. I was just anybody. So I started with no expectations. So whatever I did, people liked me. But for Sonam, that disadvantage is there. That people go to see the film that, she's the one who's been introduced by Bansali. She's Anil Kapoor's daughter. So they expect the moon out of her. So that is a disadvantage. There's too much of, responsibility on it.
Well, let's talk about dynasties for a second here. As far as dynasties are concerned, you're creating one, whether you like it or not, advertently or inadvertently, with Sonam, with her. I know you're saying you haven't launched her. The director himself showed interest. But as far as dynasties are concerned, now dynasties exist everywhere in the world. They exist in Bollywood, they exist in politics, they exist in Hollywood as far as we're concerned. But they're rather endemic in Bollywood, aren't they? In the Hindi film industry.
No, there are so many star sons and star, people who have not made it. Stars who are much bigger than me.
Is it
Their
because of
children,
this?
they were given breaks by their fathers, or they tried to make it, they could not make it.
Is it because of this
So
culture?
it's not
we have?
dynasty. See, you see, in politics, still, it's still possible. But in films, ultimately, you are going on the screen, and people have to accept you. They have to accept you. They have to like you. They have to admire you. So there, ultimately, when they are on, he or she is on the screen, she being anybody's son doesn't help. She has to prove herself. People have to like you. People have to connect with you.
We have to take a short break here. We're with Anil Kapoor. You're watching TalkBack. Stay tuned.